In this video, we're going to go over the history of Snowbasin and how it came to be one of the best skiing destinations in America. In the heart of Utah's Wasatch Mountains, Snowbasin Resort gleams as a pinnacle of modern skiing, a world stage defined by luxurious lodges, sweeping gondolas, and the legacy of Olympic glory. But to understand this premier destination is to look past the polished veneer to a much simpler beginning. Before the roar of international crowds, before the meticulously groomed downhill courses, this land was set aside not for competition, but for conservation and community. This is the remarkable story of how a public playground, born from a collective vision to preserve a piece of the wilderness, was transformed by the ambition of pioneers into the icon it is today. The vision for a ski area in this reclaimed wilderness was championed by the legendary Norwegian-American skier Alf Engen. Engen surveyed the basin in 1938 and immediately recognized its immense potential. His endorsement, combined with the labor of the Civilian Conservation Corps, set the creation of a ski park into motion. In 1939, the resort's first lift, a simple rope tow, was installed on Becker Hill. A year later, in 1940, the CCC completed the first access road, making the area accessible to the public. The pioneering spirit continued into 1941, as Alf Engen and his brothers cut new ski runs. The brothers also established the resort's first ski school. That same year, construction began on a significant upgrade, the mile-long Wildcat single chairlift. However, the outbreak of World War II brought all progress to an abrupt halt. The Forest Service closed the ski area for the duration of the war, and the partially constructed Wildcat lift stood as a silent testament to the global conflict. When Snowbasin reopened in 1945, it was to a nation eager for recreation. The Wildcat chairlift was finally completed, becoming a centerpiece of the resort. The post-war era saw a surge in skiing's popularity, fueled in part by veterans of the 10th Mountain Division. One of these veterans, Ogden native John Paul Jones, was tragically killed in action in Italy. He was later honored with the naming of the John Paul Lift, a tribute that remains on the mountain to this day. In 1957, Ogden City sold Snowbasin to a private developer, Sam Huntington, who ushered in a new era of modest expansion. He replaced an old rope tow with the Porcupine chairlift and upgraded the original Wildcat single chair to a double chair. The 1960s and 70s were a period of transition, with the construction of the Glendale Inn Lodge and several changes in ownership. In 1978, a partnership led by Pete Seibert, the visionary founder of Vail, purchased the area and officially changed the name from Snowbasin to the single word Snowbasin. Despite Seibert's grand vision, his ownership was plagued by financial difficulties, and he was forced to sell in 1984. In 1984, the resort's most transformative chapter began with its acquisition by Robert Earl Holding, the owner of Sun Valley Resort and the Sinclair Oil Corporation. Holding saw the untapped potential in the unassuming Utah ski area and envisioned a world-class four-season destination resort. However, his ambitious plans hinged on a contentious element: a land exchange with the U.S. Forest Service. To build the necessary base infrastructure, like hotels and condominiums, Holding needed to own the land at the base of the mountain, which was part of the Cache National Forest. This initiated a protracted, decade-long negotiation process that faced staunch opposition from environmental groups who feared the development would scar the area and was a giveaway of public land for private profit. The impasse was broken in 1995 when Salt Lake City was awarded the 2002 Winter Olympics, and Snowbasin was selected as the venue for the downhill, Super G, and combined alpine skiing events. The Olympic designation provided the final push needed for a legislative solution. In 1996, the United States Congress passed the Snowbasin Land Exchange Act. This landmark act mandated the transfer of 1,377 acres of national forest land at the resort's base to Snowbasin. In return, Snowbasin transferred over 4,100 acres of private land elsewhere in Utah into the national forest system. With the land exchange secured, Earl Holding began to pour unprecedented resources into transforming the resort. The period leading up to the year 2000 was a whirlwind of construction. To guarantee perfect conditions for the Olympics, a state-of-the-art snowmaking system was installed in 1999. New runs were cut to accommodate the Olympic courses, designed by the legendary Swiss Olympic champion Bernhard Russi. The men's Grizzly course was particularly formidable, with a staggering vertical drop of 2,897 feet, boasting an average gradient exceeding 30%. Alongside the on-mountain work, 3 opulent day lodges, Earl's Lodge, Needles Lodge, and John Paul Lodge, rose from the mountainside, their architecture of massive logs, grand stone fireplaces, and luxurious finishes, setting a new standard for ski resort amenities. When the 2002 Winter Games commenced, Snowbasin was ready. It successfully hosted the Alpine Speed events, drawing an astonishing 124,373 spectators who witnessed competitors reach speeds over 80 miles per hour on the demanding courses. Following the Olympics, Snowbasin embarked on its next evolution. On June 25, 2004, the resort officially opened for its inaugural summer season, fulfilling Holding's vision of a 4-season destination with offerings like scenic gondola rides, hiking, and mountain biking. For the next decade and a half, the resort focused on operational refinement, meticulously maintaining its world-class infrastructure. The magnificent lodges and uncrowded slopes, a result of a deliberate choice not to build a bustling base village, cultivated a loyal following. A new era of significant investment began. In 2021, the Middle Bowl triple chairlift was replaced with a high-speed 6-person lift. That same year, a major development was announced for a base village, including a 300-room Club Med hotel. But the plans were scrapped to instead focus on the skiing experience. Today, the spirit of constant improvement that defined Snowbasin's past continues to drive its future. The resort stands as a beacon of world-class skiing, where the legacy of the 2002 Games is not just a cherished memory, but a living standard of excellence felt on every run and in every lodge. This unwavering commitment has once again placed Snowbasin on the global stage, culminating in its selection to host all alpine skiing events for the 2034 Winter Olympics. From a degraded watershed saved by conservationists to an Olympic-caliber destination forged by ambition, Snowbasin is a testament to a bold and relentless pursuit of quality. A Utah jewel, polished for the world to see. That's it for this week's Leisure Lore. And please do us a favor and subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed it. It means the world to us.